Well, let me thank you all for gathering this afternoon on relatively short notice. Let everybody get settled. Well, thanks again for being here. Over the past 4 weeks, I have been meeting with our major constituency groups on and off campus, including faculty, students, alumni, and other supporters. Just this morning, I met with faculty and staff from the School of Education, the last in my scheduled meetings with our 10 schools in the College of Arts and Sciences. These have been very healthy meetings that have allowed me the opportunity to listen and hear firsthand from our constituents. I believe they are very constructive, and I know that they will help improve communication. And I'm committed to these meetings, continuing on a regular basis moving forward, and not just myself, but our senior leadership team, myself and Provost Linda Lucas and others who can help make sure that our faculty and staff and students across the campus are up to date on the great activities and initiatives going on here at UAB. As a result of these meetings, we just this week announced the formation of 4 task forces that will address issues related to faculty, students, employees, and our athletics department. These groups will study ways to improve shared governance, our benefit structure, student engagement and affairs, and the strategic direction of athletics, among other things. These are issues that have been raised during our meetings, and my intent through these task forces is to engage stakeholders in addressing our priorities as part of our strategic direction. This week we also launched UAB Forward, a public website that will provide updates on the many activities going on at UAB and how we are moving forward. Like the task forces, UAB Forward is a result of the feedback and discussions that we've had. And we want to make sure that we are addressing the important issues facing us as a university going forward, and are involving our campus and off-campus stakeholders in a very active and constructive way. In recent weeks, we've also had excellent dialogue with our supporters off campus as well, including key elected officials, alumni leaders, and donors to the university. A common theme we have heard is a desire to have an independent financial firm reevaluate the numbers that served as the basis for our decisions about the athletics department and their strategic plan. As a physician, I am used to recommending and used to providing second opinions, even when we clearly believe we know the right path forward. Also, as a physician, I know talking with and listening to patients is critical to arriving at the right diagnosis and determining the best plan of action. So I have listened, and I agree that an independent financial review is needed to verify the credibility of the numbers that we have used, and we're going to do this. To that end, today, we're announcing the formation of a committee that's representative of our key constituents to select a firm to review our initial report. This new committee will be led by National Alumni Society President Wes Smith. We're very appreciative of him of being willing to take a leadership role here as in other situations. Other committee members are Shannon Ely, our interim athletic director, Chad Epps, who's president of the Faculty Senate, Mr. Don Heyer, who's one of our athletic supporters and Champion Club members, Harold Jones, who is dean of our School of Health Professions, and who has been very active in athletic-related activities here for many years. Also, Steve Mitchell, who is a former UAB athlete, and Angeli Wagley, who is the president of our undergraduate student body. We believe that this group represents our constituents well, and we believe they will do a fine job in selecting an independent evaluation team. Once the firm is selected, we will ask the report be completed and back to us within 90 days. Finally, while this report is being developed, we will continue to have dialogue with all of our stakeholders around this important matter and around other important matters as we develop further and implement our strategic plan across the university. I'm sure a question is, will you reinstate football? The answer is simply that we agree with our alumni leaders and others that an independent review of these data that led to the athletic department decisions is definitely needed. Only then can we have the ability to have a credible and constructive dialogue about moving forward. It's important to note, regardless of the decision, due to scheduling and other logistics, we will not field a football team in 2015. Further comment at this time would be premature. So in summary, we have met and we have listened to all of our constituents. We have heard excellent suggestions, and as a result, formed task forces to create processes to address these important matters. We've heard that many would like an independent review of the financial report used in making decisions about the future of athletics. And we're asking an independent group of leaders representative of our constituents to choose a nationally renowned firm to review the report. During this time, we will bring our stakeholders together and have ongoing discussions to determine how best to move forward together. Again, I want to thank so many people on campus and in the community for their engagement and suggestions in this very important process. I hope this decision and believe this decision will be a positive step toward moving UAB forward. At this time, I would like to introduce Chair of the National Alumni Society Board, Wes Smith, who is the president of Mayor Electric and a leading community member in our area, and who has been a tireless advocate for UAB, for our National Alumni Society, and for our community. And he's played a very important role with the alumni leadership in these weeks in helping me think about the important issues and helping give me guidance in how best we can move forward together. And I'm very appreciative that he's going to lead this new review committee. Wes?
Thank you, Dr. Watts. I'm certainly honored to be able to say a few words, and I first want to start out with three simple statements. First, to our UAB alumni and the greater UAB community, your voice has been heard. For those that have productively used their voice, it has been listened to. You should be proud of your voice. It's a positive force. To Dr. Watts and his leadership team, thank you for listening. It takes a strong leadership team to open up and evaluate and listen and be willing to take critique on the decisions that you've made. That makes a very positive difference. I'm proud of your decision, and I'm proud of you. For those that will be listening and watching very closely, I want to assure you this review will be open, it will be professional, and it will be comprehensive. I ask that you put your trust in the process, and I ask that you support the outcome. Thank you.
Now I would like to introduce two leaders whose counsel during my tenure as president, and particularly during these last several weeks, has been invaluable and very much appreciated. First, our mayor of Birmingham, Mayor William Bell. Mayor Bell and I have collaborated throughout my tenure and his tenure as mayor on many important projects across the city that have created jobs and enriched lives here in Birmingham. We are both natives of Birmingham, and we are both committed to Birmingham and its bright future. We've worked together around Parkside, which will bring UAB campus and the South Side in contact with the downtown city area. We've got some exciting developments that continue to occur there, and this has been a very valuable partnership. We've partnered around Railroad Park, around Regents Park, and across the city, and we want to make sure that we serve our community well. And I'm very proud that he's mayor of the city where I live and work. Mayor Bell.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Let me express my deep appreciation for this decision to create a committee to evaluate the financial impact of the athletic program on the overall progress of UAB. As you know, the city of Birmingham has many aspects of relationships with the University of Alabama in Birmingham, of which athletics is one small part. We have many different relationships in moving this university forward, because so goes the University of Alabama in Birmingham, so goes the city of Birmingham, being the major employee in this city, being the driving engine that moves this city forward. Having said that, as an alumnus, I'm grateful for the decision to go back and review the data that's there. But more importantly, I want to look forward to knowing exactly what the financial impact of a program is, and perhaps look at how the public and private sector can be more supportive of any decision that's made here at UAB. You know, my heart bleeds green and gold. I was educated here, it gave me the opportunity to be who I am and what I am today. So the decision that has been made to formulate this committee is one step towards healing and bringing a better understanding of how we can move this university forward. So President Watts, I thank you for that decision. I thank you for your leadership, Mr. Chairman, in looking at the financial realities, and look forward to seeing how we can move this university forward together. So thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Well, now I would like to introduce State Senator Jabbo Wagner. Jabbo has spent now almost 4 decades in leadership in the Alabama legislature, working to support UAB and our dramatic growth as one of the country's most dynamic and leading educational institutions, and an economic powerhouse in Birmingham and across the state, and indeed in the nation. His counsel and partnership during my presidency has been very valuable to me, and we know that we can always depend on him to bring wise counsel to any situation, and we appreciate that he's such a strong supporter of the UAB family. Jabbo?
Thank you, Dr. Watts. Thank you, Dr. Watts, for allowing me to be part of this, what I consider a very significant occasion. It's a first step, but it's a positive first step. It will provide this community and its citizens a glimmer of hope to restore the athletic department of this great university to where it should be. And I just want to thank Dr. Watts for his decision to open up what was a very controversial decision, but by what we're doing here today, it will give us a glimmer of hope. But remember, it's the first step. There's other steps that hopefully will follow, and hopefully they will be a positive group of steps. So, Dr. Watts, thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm a longtime supporter of this great university in Montgomery and locally, and I've been a huge supporter of the athletic department, and I want to continue to see this athletic department thrive and grow. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of it, and hopefully this first step will grow into number 2, number 3, and we'll have a full-blown athletic department again. Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, I would like to introduce Clay Ryan, who's an attorney at Maynard, Cooper & Gale here in Birmingham, who will be working with the committee to help staff their efforts. Clay, thank you for being willing to do this.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I want to thank you all again for being here today. I hope that this announcement will help us to start to heal our university and allow us to contribute in an ongoing way to the incredible mission of this great institution. And we are committed to what's best for UAB in the short term and the long term as we serve the citizens of Alabama and our nation faithfully each and every day. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are going to have time for some questions now. If you would please raise your hand and we'll get to you. Sir? Oh, sir.
With the uncertainty that no football program next year, with uncertainty of what is to come, do you expect that to affect decisions by Conference USA at all, or how do you expect them to react to this uncertainty?
Well, we have been in ongoing discussions with Conference USA, even this week and last week, and we can't predict right now how this would affect our discussions as we go forward, but we are meeting with the Conference USA presidents in late January, and this has been planned, and I have planned a presentation to those presidents, and I will update the commission and the others about where we are in our process right now.
Dr. Watts, do you regret the way you made the original decision to kill the program?
Well, we're here today to focus on where we are and what we've learned and how we're going forward. I believe that the decision that I made was based on the best and most objective information available. And that was the basis for that decision. What we're saying now is we believe that those data are as true as they were when I made the decision. But we want everybody to have the confidence of knowing without a doubt that these are verified. And what these data show will help us in our plans going forward. Yes.
Are you concerned at all about next week's vote of no confidence by the Faculty Senate?
Well, again, you know, we're here to talk about the plans going forward. I would be foolish if I weren't concerned, because I want the support and I want to give my support to all of our faculty, all of our students, all of our staff, and all of our constituents. And I want to make sure that the leadership of this university is as positive as it can be toward achieving the great mission we have in many domains: education, research, healthcare, community service, economic development. And we are servants of the people of Alabama. And we're going to always make sure we make the very best decisions possible. And we're never too old to learn. And this has been a good learning process. And I have no question that the university, that myself as a leader, and that our community will be better off in the end for having gone through this experience.
Kyle Whitmire, AL.com. Through April of last
Sports was working on a strategic plan for UAB athletics. And in April, they were directed to sort of change tracks and work on these two pro forma reports, which we now kind of call the CAR report. Do you know who gave them that directive to have that change of focus?
Well, as I said again, we're looking at where we are and where we're going forward. And we're not here today to critique and break down every part of the report. What we are here today to say is that we are openly welcoming to an independent, thorough, unbiased, professional, and insightful evaluation of the report. And when we have that, we will be in a position to have discussions among our constituents and among our community and determine the best way forward.
Alan?
Going back to the no confidence vote, based on your understanding of that process, if the faculty senate does pass that vote, can you tell us what that means? Is there a direct outcome there?
Well, what that means is that I have more work to do to make sure that our faculty and our alumni and our students and our staff have confidence in me and our leadership team. I have confidence in them that they will do the right thing. And I want everyone to know that any and every decision that I and we make is always made in the best interest of what the best path forward for UAB and our community and our state and the folks that we serve. So I have talked with our faculty and our students and our faculty senate, and I have told them that I am a believer that action speaks much louder than words. And we can only have so much dialogue between the time that we had the meeting last week and this upcoming week. But I'm committed 100%, as I've always been, to work together for shared governance and to work with all of our constituents so we get the very best input possible on making the important decisions. And what's been unfortunate in these last few weeks is that the other 99% of all the great work that UAB is doing every day, and we haven't stopped and we've continued going full forward, has been lost or has been minimized or has been shoved aside. And I can't tell you how many great things have happened in the last 4 or 5 weeks, just around all parts of our mission. So that's where we are, and we're looking forward, and I've committed that we will tell over time if I'm serious and if everyone else is serious about truly working together.
Dr. Watts, I know that you were scheduled to speak with at least one media outlet, that being Fox 6 News one-on-one today, and then this news conference came about. One question that I have is, why has it taken you so long to speak publicly, not through a statement, but face-to-face with the media, to the public, about your decision?
Well, that's a good question, and honestly, I have been listening and been meeting intently. Much of my time over the last 4 weeks, along with helping the university move forward on a daily basis, has been really learning what all of our constituents think. And that helped lead us to this point. And it would have been premature for me to speak earlier before we had really had a chance to have discussion. And we have 10 large academic schools in the College of Arts and Sciences, and we have some outstanding alumni and community and student groups that I've been actively meeting with. And this is what we determined as the best path forward.
Jamie Ostroff with 42 News. I'm wondering how long, given the television schedule with Conference USA and even the game schedule moving forward, how long did you know about your decision to do away with the football program before you made that announcement in November?
Again, we're not going to, today is not to go back and rehash, but we didn't make that decision until about 2 weeks before we made the announcement.
Okay. I think we have time for one more question. Thank you, Kelsey.
Kelsey's son, Bail.com. I know you said you've been meeting with the colleges and meeting with government officials, but there are a lot of people who are upset about this, and there seems like with the no confidence votes that are coming up, there's a lot that you need to do to repair these relationships partnerships. What do you plan to do going forward as far as meeting with the community, meeting with alumni? Are you going to continue these smaller meetings, or are you going to have any public events?
Well, let me just reiterate what I said earlier. We're going to continue to meet, and these meetings have been as small as several hundred at a time. So these have not been small meetings, but these have been meetings so that we can have a dialogue face to face. So we're going to continue to meet with community leaders and others, and we're going to continue to have the dialogue about how best to move UAB forward. And we'll have some exciting developments in the coming weeks to talk with you about across all parts of our mission. So we are committed to serve our community, and we do that in ways that you can't even imagine, and we don't have time to describe right now, but we want to do a better job of sharing that with all of our constituents and with our community and our citizens.